This is not a real baby.
It's a reborn doll, ultra realistic.
Nope, not a real baby.
Completely handmade, pretty uncanny, and wildly expensive.
8,000.
25,000, yeah.
Wow, you could do bicep curls with this baby.
To be honest, my first reaction to seeing a reborn doll was pretty unsettled, and I just don't get it. Neither does my team.
What the?
I can't stop looking at it.
Oh.
But I keep seeing reborns pop up on social media. They are taking over. Reborn dolls are growing almost twice as fast as the rest of the toy industry. So why are grown adults paying luxury art prices for extremely lifelike dolls? To find out, I'm doing what we always do on Business Explains the World. I'm heading to one of the biggest reborn doll shows in America.
Super cute, huh?
I was like, how do I get one? How do I get one?
Why do people have this?
It's not real?
It brings just this like kind of peaceful joy.
This is actually insane.
Do you want to hold him?
I would love to, yes.
The reborn doll category is growing twice as fast as the rest of the toy industry. So why now? I don't have one definitive answer, but 3 big patterns kept showing up in the data and in the people that I met. And the first reason can be found here.
I'm here in Orlando, Florida to check out the Yofi Doll Show, which is one of the most popular reborn doll shows in the world.
In order to truly understand the demand, I need to understand what these are, and the best way to do that is to make one myself. Reborn dolls actually start life in a silicone factory, which produces the medical-grade platinum silicone that artists buy in big tubs, basically the raw DNA of the baby. But nothing baby-shaped exists yet. That only happens in the studio, where the artist mixes the silicone with a pinch of catalyst. You could say the doll is conceived in a bucket, then degasses it and pours it into a multi-part mold to cure. And when that mold finally cracks open, the floppy, unfinished silicone doll slides out. The moment collectors literally call its birth. But the work really begins when you get the mold.
This is your baby.
This is my baby. Oh my gosh.
What is the first step?
Wash your baby like a real baby.
Get a little more soap on her.
The next step, spray the baby with alcohol and clean with a sponge.
Spray that baby. That is a shiny baby.
And next step is the paints.
This is before I paint the baby. My first go at modeling. Why am I nervous? Beep, 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 beep. So we're 4 hours into class and we're just getting to the first layer of skin coloration. The baby is looking even more alive, maybe a little bit bruised. Now we're gonna do the creases and I feel like Heisenberg. Let's go. Dab, dab. My baby is even more painted now with veins. It has blood running through it, so it's looking pretty real. I'm quite impressed, actually.
And this is just the skin painting part of it. Next up, the hair.
This hair is called mohair, and then the edge of the hair in the front is alpaca hair. You're literally turning with the curves in the hair. If you root the hair the wrong way, it will stick up. And so it is a very tedious process.
So it's clear that there's some serious artistry going on here, artistry that consumers are craving. There has been an undeniable shift in the broader economy, which brings us to our first explanation. As automation and AI flood more of daily life, people are placing a higher premium on things that feel human-made. And some reborn doll artists are taking creativity to the next level. Space where artistry is truly taken to the next level.
This is one of the fantasy characters. This is honestly very cool. I don't know how to feel about this one. This one's freaking me out a little bit.
Yeah, so the hair, we just use like a felting needle, a rooting needle, and we literally one hair at a time, just punch it into.
That's a lot of hairs. How long does that take?
So something like this would take me probably a couple of days.
It's really furry.
The fantasy babies are labor-intensive, unique creations, and they're highly prized in the reborn doll market. People want real handmade things. Okay, now here is something that hit me on a much more human level. By 2034, the US will have more people over age 65 than under 18 for the first time in history. And compounding all of this, the need for elder care is rising much faster than the supply of caregivers. That's a structural surge in those who need care and a shortage in those who can provide it.
I had made a couple for a nursing home because they use them for Alzheimer's patients.
Thank goodness, that's so sweet.
The patients have better temperaments and stay calmer if they have the doll, so they call it doll therapy. It takes them back to when their babies were babies.
And finally, this realization, shaped by the lovable and quirky characters I met at the doll show, hit me harder than anything else.
Hey Dynamos, Nick Carlson here. As the CEO of Dynamo, I am constantly recruiting awesome people to help make our videos. And that requires a ton of writing. The way I talk to you in videos is a little different than how I write a LinkedIn post. Enter Grammarly, an AI writing partner that helps professionals with all their writing needs from start to finish, with high-quality suggestions and personalization so it sounds like you. Want to see how? If we aren't sure where to start, we can use the AI chat and just give it a prompt. I want to write a post for LinkedIn to meet potential lead producer candidates. And it drafted a whole post for me, hashtags and all. Let's make sure this still comes across warm and natural. Click humanizer. Should I sound like an executive? Usually, yes, but that's too formal for social media. Let's see what Everyday Voice recommends. That's good, just gotta fix that M-dash. So how would people react to this post? That's where Grammarly's Reader Reactions tool comes in. It tells us what readers would remember and what questions they might ask, which is super helpful for getting ahead of those questions in the post itself. But now I've got to run to a coffee meeting. Luckily though, I can finish writing this post on my Grammarly app on this phone. Level up your productivity and get Grammarly today. Use the link in the video description or right here and get 20% off Pro. Thanks Grammarly for sponsoring this episode. Now let's get back to the show.
We are living through a historic rise in loneliness. Single-person households in the US are at a record high at 29%. About 1 in 3 adults in the US report feeling lonely, and about 1 in 4 US adults report not having social and emotional support. At the doll show, the data came to life.
I've been taking classes all year, like at any of the doll shows, and it's just so fun. You meet great people. Everybody's just nice and welcoming. And then you meet people from the other classes. It's like a community.
For some, reborns bring comfort to those who can't have children at all, and to others who are processing all different kinds of grief, like Christina Keeler. Christina is a mom of 2 real children and one of the most recognizable online creators in the reborn community. She didn't buy her first reborn because she wanted a hobby.
The real reason I got into them was we had lost our first child. And it was not all that long after my mom had passed away. And so I was already in the grieving process, and then all of a sudden, this unexpected loss happened, and she was gonna be named after my mom. I was in the hospital bed, just screaming and crying out, I want my mom, I want my baby. And then I never spoke about it again for 5 years. And then one evening, my husband and I, we were in bed on YouTube. We saw a documentary about these reborn dolls, and he's like, that's really weird. And I was like, yeah, that's weird. But to me, I was like, I want one. I have to have one. It brings just this like kind of peaceful joy. I was really anxious on the flight here, and I found holding him helped calm me down. And it just brought me
you
back
comfort.
and brought me comfort. Yeah, do you wanna hold him?
I would love to, yes. And when I finally held Christina's high-end luxury reborn doll for the first time myself, I understood the appeal in a way that I really didn't expect.
Oh my gosh.
Do you feel the weight? You see what I mean? And he even has like a little bum, like, and it feels
He
just
feels so, like, so real.
yeah, you're holding a baby, right? Like that's what it feels like.
I'm holding a baby. I've held many babies. I have nieces. I don't have my own children.
you know
but
what baby
I know what
feels
baby
like.
feels like.
Yeah.
Yes, I've spent nights with infants. I'm like
comforted right now.
Right?
Almost every person ends up rocking or patting or like movement
I'm like caressing,
that you would do.
I'm caressing
Yes.
him in the back.
It's just like this natural thing that happens to us.
It's hard to describe the feeling of holding baby Maui, and it really took me by surprise. It was the emotional weight of the whole journey and coming to love the people I met along the way, the community, the creativity, the human warmth that surrounded all of it. That is the part of the price that doesn't show up in the tally, but it's what people are really paying for. Connection isn't on the price tag, but it's everywhere. In the conventions, the workshops, the fantasy subcultures, the multi-generational family businesses, the emotional support husbands, and the online communities built around care and belonging. So yes, materials matter, skills matter, reputation matters, a lot. But I think the real reason this market is booming is because Reborn dolls sit at the intersection of three powerful forces: a renewed appreciation for what is handmade, an increasingly strained supply of human care, and an unprecedented rise in loneliness. Objects that let people give and receive care, especially in a supportive environment, have become exceedingly valuable. Reborn dolls aren't priced by their parts. They're priced by what people find in them: creativity, comfort, and most importantly, community. And that, more than anything, is what's most in demand.
I feel like this guy just doesn't even belong. He's just, goodbye.
See him later. He doesn't exist.